Alright guys, it's York Gliscors here, bringing you the Week 2 matchup against Brotheryubby and his Amherst Accelgors. This is another divisional match, so it is definitely one that is crucial for positioning in our division. It's alone, as we do play everybody in the division twice, and the matchups will pretty much determine our playoff spot. So I apologize again for not having a team builder up this week, as it's just been another rough week and not have time to do one. I only had like one day off to even like prep for this match. I only have like a couple little hours right now to record before I have to go again. So this is the final week of band though, so next week I'll be completely fine. I'll have team builders up, a ton of daily uploads, and a whole bunch of other stuff, so stay tuned for that. To pretty much run down the team, we do have it was either Specs or Life Orb Salazzle. I honestly can't remember right now. We have Focus Sash, Doug Trio, Specs Primarina, Mega Aerodactyl, pretty much standard stuff, Stone Edge and Aerial Ace, stuff like that, Earthquake for Nidoqueen. We have Scarf Exurgatry with Thunderbolt, Energy Ball, HP Ice, and Dazzling Gleam. And we have our Scarf Kyurem as well. So we're running double Scarf and just trying to bring straight offense to break through his very bulky team. He brought a lot of things that I was expecting. I was really scared of the Miltank, as that thing, or not the Miltank, excuse me, I'm thinking of the wrong match. But I was scared of some of these threats, especially the Alomomola, as that thing gets its regen all over me. And looking at this, Tangrowth would have been great as his regen core. Having a regen mon of my own would have been nice to play around with, but I couldn't really find it fit in the team, and so that's why it didn't come. So anyway, I'm going to leave Primarina as he doesn't really have a prime switch into any sort of fairy moves. I'm going to slow this down a bit too, so I can kind of commentate it. It doesn't really have a solid switch to Moonblast outside of Scissor, Verdant Heat, and this. I was just gonna throw off a Scald turn 1. Oh, because we're Specs Primarina, and we did one shot this with Ice Beam and other stuff like that. But I wanted to make a double out first turn because I was scared of a Scarf Sludge Wave or just a Sludge Wave in general. So he doubles out into Tornado, showing that he's faster than my Primarina. And I make a play out into Salazzle, which I could have just Moonblasted twice and knocked it out. I set up a sub though, assuming he would just U-turn out or something as he knockoffs. So we're just going to fire off a Sludge Wave, which proves that he's AV, not, well, we already figured out that he wasn't Life Orb. But we know he's AV, and he doesn't take much damage from anything, since he can just easily U-turn out and heal that back. He knocks off our Life Orb, which helps us live the next 3 attacks. So we're going to go at the Aerodactyl to take any hit that he wanted to go for. He couldn't knock us off or anything. He gets out into a Alomomola, and this thing easily walls my Aerodactyl. So I'm going to make the play back into Primarina. Scald should only do about 6%. Okay, yeah, around 4 to 6%. Now we just start firing off Moonblast, but I want to click Scald first, as maybe the Nidoking want to come hard in, or Scissor. If we would click Moonblast twice, this thing would have been gone. But we're going to go back into Aerodactyl, as this thing can't touch us. Knock off it does not that much because we have the Mega Stem that he can't knock us off of. It goes back into Alomomola, kind of predictable, but I wanted to get up my Stealth Rocks. We go back into Primarina, or no, we go into Salazzle this time, as we wanted to see what he wanted to go for. Even if he did Scald us, we could have sacked this and then go down to Exurgatry. If he would have Scalded, if he would have just like doubled out into the Tornadus, he would have been taking rocks plus a Sludge Wave. We also were able to dodge a Toxic, so our Primarina was unable to get Toxic there. We are going to click Sludge Wave, as it does a good solid 50%, and the Scald should be able to knock us out here. But he's in a good enough range for Primarina to knock him out with Moonblast here. As we ended up trying to make a prediction, or no, we don't go make the prediction here, and we just click Moonblast, which will be able to knock him out. And this lets him go into Nidoking, which we could have probably doubled out into, but I just wanted to hit it with a Moonblast, see how much it does. It does a solid 50%. But it is faster than us and can hit with a Sludge Wave. So we're going to go into Kyurem B, as it should be able to only take no more than 30%, as it does there. We are scarfed on here as well. We're just gonna fire off a ice beam. It hit everything reliably enough, but he goes out into scissor to take it. Could easily knock us out with bullet punch there if he was but he is mega, so but if he wasn't, he could have been able to knock us out, or maybe he could even knock us out. I don't really remember the calcs, to be honest. But he is gonna mega evolve since he has to. He's gonna roost up any damage there since he could take ice beams for days. We should have been HP fire, I guess, on this circuitry. As he gets our volt switch play correct and goes hard into Nidoking. Also being a huge threat to our team. We go out into Mega Aerodactyl to try to take any hit as he just sets up the Stealth Rocks. So I'm assuming some sort of Specs or I believe it's Specs, but Specs with the rocks is kind of interesting. We go for the Aerial Ace on pretty much his entire team. He actually shows the Rocky Helmet on his Alomomola, but it still does a good amount of damage. We do Roost up here as he wishes, which is kind of annoying, but that does give us a free switch into Primarina, as he unfortunately lands a Toxic on us, and we're slowly getting whittled away by rocks and Toxic. He's able to protect, stall more damage from us. See what we wanted to go for. He can't switch into Nidoking because Moonblast knocks it out. Scissor should not take that, or Scissor should take a good bit of damage, as it does take a fair amount of damage. It shows that he has a lot of HP investment. We are going to go out into Circuitry here to take any sort of bullet punch he wants to go for. So he just roosts off again because he can take Moonblast for days. He goes into Rotom this time. As we just click Gold Switch again, we were fine with Nidoking wanting to come back in. As we got into Kieran Black because we can hit it with an Earth Power since Levitate is ignored. But we just go for Dragon Claw instead to knock him out, because if he wanted to go out into Hydreigon, which also Hydreigon still got hit by Earth Power, but if he wanted to go out into Tornadus to ignore the Earth Power, we couldn't take it. So, we could just click Dragon Claw to knock them both out. So we got into Primarina again on the Alomomola here. He protects up again, slowly whittling away our team, as Primarina is a huge threat to his team. And since we click Scald, he can actually just stay in here and just fire off another Wish. As we just click Scald, which still does a solid 50% to him, we get knocked out with the Toxic damage. We go out in here to click Bolt Strike, as he stays in to take the Wish that he set up. This also lets him get a free switch into Nidoking, forcing us to have to switch out. I go hard into Dugtrio to trap the Nidoking, as he just ends up staying in and wishing. So we go for Earthquakes here, I'm just gonna skip that turn, because we ended up getting hit by a huge Scald. We ended up second Kyurem now to get in the Exarchitry, which we can go for an Energy Ball to hit his entire team. These Protects were really annoying us, and this is why I wish I kind of brought something else instead of Double Scarf against him, because this Protects let him find out what we were going to do and then reacting to it in a different way. So this actually lets him go into Hydreigon, which if we were some sort of Life Orb set, we could have Dazzling Gleam here and knocked him out. But we are going to be able to go out into Dugtrio, as he sets up a Substitute, which is fine because our Reversal knocks, at least knocks a sub away. As he roosts up, which is fine, showing that he has not the eject button, the Shed Shell, to ignore our Dugtrio, and Reversal ends up not doing much. This makes Reversal do more than, does more now because of us being lower. We just keep firing Earthquakes, maybe hoping for a crit, as he Toxics us, which makes Reversal now be at the 200 base damage, which does more than Earthquake, since they're both neutral. And this also knocks us out to Rocky Helmet. Either way, we died to Toxic already. We got into Exarchitry. If he would have got rid of the Nidoking, we would have been able to sweep away with this thing. We go for Volt Switch, just lets us get a free, lets him go straight into Nidoking again. So we have to go out into Mega Aerodactyl. Yeah, so he does actually make the play in Nidoking this time. This lets us fire off an Earthquake. But either way, it's free for him to go into Alomomola. We do fire off a Stone Edge. A Stone Edge crit here would knock him out. Unfortunately, it does not. He throws up a wish and goes out into Mega Scissor. We go for the aerial ace there because I believe it did not get Aloma Mola from 27%. Although he catches the wish and it does no damage. He actually goes for Bug Bite here, expecting the Executor to come out, and then we go into Mega Aerodactyl at being at 50%, and he goes for Bullet Punch and knocks us out. So unfortunately we lose again, another 5-0. I thought bringing straight offense would be able to tear apart his defense core, and clearly I was wrong. I've played this kind of style with Regen Core before in the NDLS, and it's definitely worked out for me. So that's probably more my style, and I should have probably drafted something like that. But the thing is that I wanted to bring straight offense, and I know offense is usually not the counter, especially around Protects, being locked in with choice. Life Orb Executor would have been better because we would have been able to switch up the moves on his entire team. HP Fire to knock this out. Energy Ball 2 hit KO'd this thing. Dazzling Gleam knocked that out. Thunderbolt threatened his entire team. But I was worried more about speed than anything, and I shouldn't have, because even like turn 1 we figured out that Tornadus wasn't even faster than Salazzle. Another thing we could have done was bring more bulk, like I said, with the Tangrowth being Regenerator as well on my team. I feel like I should have somebody like more of a cleric role on this team. I don't think I have a designated Wish Passer, so that's something I should probably think about picking up, because just not having one is really putting my team in a lot of situations where I'm getting whittled away by rocks, whittled away by more of a defensive team. But it is things to look at for later, especially with how everything's going with the 2 matches in the first 2 games being 5-0'd. But for now, we're going to try to run with this team. I feel like I can put in more work now that I have time to look at teams and start doing team builders, talking about the team, looking at what his opponent has and stuff, and just kind of getting back into the swing of things. I am doing another league. I don't know if I want to record that one or not, but I'm trying to get back into the swing of things now that I can, and hopefully continue to put in work. So if you guys did enjoy this video, I know it kind of sucks when you lose and all, but you know what they say, you end up learning from your mistakes. So if you guys did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Let me know what you guys think of all the leaks in Sun and Moon. I know there's been a ton of them. I haven't even looked at most of them because I don't want to be spoiled for it. I like going into a game not knowing what I'm playing yet, or like what I'm expecting, so I'm not trying to spoil myself too much, but I am still kind of interested in being teased at things. So that's all from me. I am the Muddy Gliscor, the coach of your New York Gliscors, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.